Here we are, 2022 Qatar World Cup. Never thought it would get here, funnily. It was just kind of one of those weird things, you know, the timing of it, where it is in the winter. But here we are, match day 1 predictions. The first game for each of these 32 teams getting into the World Cup. James and I are going to do the predictions like we usually do, like we do for the Premier League, like we do for the Champions League. We're doing it for the World Cup as well. Just going to put it out there that I'm ahead in the Premier League and in the Champions League, so you know James needs to do something here. James, how are you feeling about that?
A long way to go, Jack. A long way to go.
The one difference, very, very quickly, just for the folks at home, we're given a bonus point for the correct score. So if you do want to play along, put it in the comments, put your scores down for all 16 games in the match day 1. And then if you do get the correct score, you do get a bonus point, not just for the correct result. Go ahead, James, sorry.
Yeah, Jack, like overall, this is going to be the weirdest World Cup because World Cup's my favorite time. You know, I love it, and especially when it's in the summer, less work. You know, I can stay home and I can watch a lot of games. In fact, I'm going to be in and out. I'm not going to get to enjoy it. It's going to be the first World Cup where I'm not as enthralled with it because I got other things to do. So it's a little bit annoying on that part. But you know what it is, Jack? The best thing for me is, Jack, there's football every single day. So even if I come home, I know there's something to look forward to every single day. So that's what kind of makes me. It puts a little bit of a smile on my face. Not much, but a little bit.
That's right, just in time for Christmas as well. Guys, just to say, this is going to be a little more quick fire, so our Premier League and Champions League ones are a little bit more in-depth. We try and spend like 2-ish minutes on each game. This is probably going to be about 60 seconds. We're really going to fire these ones out because there are 16 games to get through, and there will be for the first 3 match days. James, going to start off with you, though. The host kicking us off, as tradition, as they usually do. Qatar, obviously, at home. I'm not going to say that about the other ones, like I usually do, but Qatar at home. Ecuador coming to town. Who have you got? Qatar against Ecuador.
Traditionally, Jack, the host always just... I can't remember the last time when a host team has lost a World Cup opener, to be fair. You know, the host always seems to do where they're, so that kind of puts me off there. But looking at the quality of teams, I do think Ecuador just kind of edges it over. Like I said, just kind of edges it. I think Ecuador are by far the better team there. And yes, the fact that it is Qatar wants me to kind of lean towards there, but you know, let me sit on the fence right now, Jack. I'm going to say this is going to be a draw here.
What's your score, mate?
I'm going to say 1-0.
1-0, I like it. I'm going to go 1-0 hosts. Ecuador are the much better football team, but 1-0 to Qatar, hosts advantage. You know, they're all going to be juiced up. I'm going to give Qatar the 1-0 win in that one. My England, or at least half my England, Iran is the first game. This is the one where I think England should have absolutely no problems. Clean 3-0 win for me, getting England's tournament off to a good start. James, who have you got? England against Iran.
England against Iran is, to be fair, no pushovers. You look at overall in the past few years, Jack, they were able to take points off. I think they were able to take points off Portugal last year. They gave Spain a tough game, so this won't be an easy one. But I'm going to say England are going to get the job done. I'm going to say 2-0 England. 2-0
England. James, staying with you, Senegal, Holland. That's kind of a big one. Senegal, Holland. Who have you got in this one?
I want to say Senegal here, and I do have Senegal going through, finishing top. But the issue is what's going to happen with Sadio Mane, Jack. We don't know if he's going to be fit. I'm hearing things about which doctors don't want to get into that. And that just kind of changes everything, because the fact that I had them going through and now they're going to miss their best player is a big thing. I'm going to say 3-1 Holland.
3-1 Holland. Yep, look, I'm saying the same result. I've got them. It's just 2-1. I don't think Holland offensively have it in them to score 3 goals against this Senegal team. So 2-1 for me in that one. I think, the loss of Sadio Mane is huge. There's enough talent there to make it a competitive game, but Holland will have too much. Back to me. Back to Group B as well. USA versus Wales. These are the 2 teams that I think are the total traps for England when they play them in their group stages. These, I think England could easily lose or easily draw. They're playing each other. Maybe this is just wishful thinking on my part, but I've got them drawing 1-1. James, who have you got? USA versus Wales.
Jack, I was just like you. I was going to sit on the fence there, but let's get a bit interesting right now. I'm going to just back America in this one. Let's go 2-1 America.
2-1 USA. James, staying with you, Lionel Messi and Argentina kicking off their journey to the World Cup final, as many think they might do. Saudi Arabia in their way. What's the score on that one?
10 a.m. kickoff. I'm definitely gonna watch that. I'm gonna say 4-0 Argentina, Jack.
Oh, for goodness sake.
What you have the
exact same score.
Oh,
yeah, I don't think there's much of a breakdown to be had there. Argentina are better in every category. I reckon, Argentina's subs bench could play and they'd beat Saudi Arabia. No disrespect. Well, sorry, it probably is disrespectful. I don't care. Yeah, 4-0 in that one.
Shooting from the hip.
Yeah, sorry, Saudi Arabian fans. Denmark, Tunisia. James, Denmark are a sneaky good team. And actually, Tunisia kind of are as well. But I think Denmark are a better team, more talent, more difference makers. 2-0 Denmark against Tunisia. Who have you got in that one?
I'm going to say 3-1 Denmark there. Again, the Denmark is a team that, to me, have the capabilities to go the whole way. Jack, I said to you, I have them finishing top of the group, so definitely a team to watch out.
James, staying with you, this is kind of a fun World Cup fixture. I think when this team are involved, everyone looks forward to it. Feels like the World Cup. Mexico, but Poland, Robert Lewandowski and Poland against them. Who have you got in that one?
I'm going to back Mexico here. Mexico are traditionally one of the best teams in the World Cup. They had that little last 16 jitters thing, but I'm going to say 2-0 Mexico.
2-0 Mexico. I'm going 2-1, but I am going to put this one. I don't even want to call it upset alert, but to me, it's just one of these things where, like with Zielinski, with Lewandowski, James, if Lewandowski gets 3 chances, he could score a hat trick. That's kind of the when you're playing players of this caliber, that's kind of what you're dealing with here. So it just depends how how the dice gets rolled, how the coin gets flipped, that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 in that one. I think. France, Australia, very interesting. Will this be the breakdown that James is potentially predicting here for France? I'm going to say no. I'm hoping maybe there may be some egg on my face. Who knows? Even if it just means it's an easier ride for England, I'm going to say that France do win this one somewhat convincingly 2-0 against Australia. James, who have you got in that one?
Oh, Jack, this is the one where I want to say to you that it's going to be
3-0 Australia.
Let's shoot from the hip. 1-0 Australia.
You're crazy. I respect it.
Do you know what? France, let's say 1-0 Australia. That one's probably a gimme for you. That probably puts you a point ahead. But
I think you give me a point early. But James, hey, like we've talked about a million times, the precedent is there. History would prove you right in this occasion. Staying with you though, James, Morocco welcoming Croatia. Croatia usually overachievers at these kinds of tournaments. Do you have them beating Morocco?
Morocco. Morocco. The player like Hakim Ziyech isn't going to be there. They did well in AFCON, but I just think Croatia just have that little bit more quality than Morocco. So I'm going to say 2-1 Croatia.
James, I got the exact same score. We're talking about the quality aspect here, midfield. They're even if there are a bunch of no names for Croatia that we've never heard of. The kind of basis for their technical ability that they're going to have. A lot of those guys in Eastern Europe, very, very technically sound in the middle of the park. Germany versus Japan, another really kind of cool World Cup. Europe, Asia. It's kind of I love all these kind of where teams that are from so far away coming to meet each other. It's the beauty of the World Cup. Germany 1-0. I think it's going to be kind of a skin of their teeth victory here. I think Japan, always similar to Mexico in many ways, actually always come kind of fired up and always capable of an upset. But I think Germany will just have too much. Skin of their teeth, 1-0 for Germany. Who have you got in that one?
The technical side of this game is going to be brilliant. Japan have always, to me, been a phenomenal team. Technically, the question is, can they be able to immerse themselves physically onto a game? And at times, that seems to be wanting for them. Germany, you know what they are. Last World Cup wasn't themselves, and I just see them just getting back to what they used to do. I'm going to say 2-0 Germany.
2-0 Germany, I like it. James, staying with you, we go from one European powerhouse to another. Spain against Costa Rica. Have you got Spain taking this one?
Yeah, Costa Rica, good team. Well, I'm just gonna back Spain here, and I don't think it's going to be like this vintage game, Jack. From Spain, what we remember in the past, it seems to be a one where it's just gonna be they just get the job done here. I'm gonna say 2-1 Spain.
2-1. I got 2-0. I think similarly to you, but James, more and more I saw the squad announced. I know Luis Enrique's at the helm there. Spain are quietly quite dangerous. I mean, Spain are never a quietly dangerous team. They're always a dangerous team, but I don't think enough people are talking about them, and I think that may well be to their benefit. So I'm going 2-0 on that one there. Belgium versus Canada. Again, this Belgium side have been such a disappointment over the last 10, 15 years, and I kind of expect that to continue. I've got them winning here, but it's going to be a 1-0 win. And again, I think you look at that starting 11, you look at the squad, the caliber of player, and you just think, guys, why is this not working? What the hell is going on? So to me, just 1-0 against Canada, but for a Belgium squad that really should be beating them 3-0.
I'm gonna see this being a bit more of a fun game. If I'm being truthfully honest, I'm gonna say 4-2.
Woo! I like it, James.
I think Belgium's ability, the lack of defense. Let's be truthful on Jack. It's innate when you have players like Toby Alderweireld and Jan Vertonghen. Don't get to they're playing the pass. Come on, man.
I know. Look, I agree with you, James. The kind of always pretty strong Switzerland against Cameroon, representing Africa. There, who have you got? Switzerland versus Cameroon.
I got Switzerland getting the job done. I'm going to say 1-0 Switzerland.
1-0 Switzerland. Yeah, 2-1 for me. I just think Cameroon might catch them off guard with one goal, but Switzerland will probably have enough to get two there. So 2-1 for me in that one. Uruguay, South Korea. Really kind of interesting one here. The Heung-min Son talismanic South Korean side against Uruguay, which usually has all of this crazy attacking talent. I think Darwin Nunez, he's coming in hot. I think into this World Cup, maybe he'll have a game, but I think this will be a close one. I'm going to go 1-1 Uruguay South Korea. James, what have you got in that one?
I said to myself, how many draws do we have? Realized not too many, because there's going to be these nil-all boring games, especially especially the first game. No team really wants to lose the first game of the tournament, so you should be expecting a lot of tame football matches. I'm just going to say Uruguay's going to edge this. That quality going forward is there. I'm going to say, I don't know what's going to happen with Heung-min Son. I'm going to say 2-1. Uruguay. Also, Jack, can I just request to have a change in the Australia game? I'm going to 1-0.
You want France, Australia 1-0? Yeah, that scares me a little more than you picking Australia to win. James, staying with you, Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo and Portugal coming up against Ghana, who usually pose some sort of a threat. Who have you got taking that one?
This has been a regular fixture now. They were grouped up in 2014. So, how am I going to look at this? Ghana, I don't know what to make of them, Jack. I really don't know what to make of them. Even Portugal, they always just seem to underwhelm. They always seem to underperform when you're expecting that performance from them. But I'm going to back them just to get the job done here, Jack. I'm going to say, not just to get the job, I'm going to say they're going to convince everybody here. Let's go 3-1 Portugal.
3-1 Portugal. I got
Actually,
2-1.
No, let's go 3-0 Portugal.
3-0 Portugal. I got 2-1. Look, for many of the same reasons that you kind of just mentioned there, they are kind of underwhelming. The Euros victory they were not clearly the best team. There was I had to watch, I was in Marseille watching Portugal against Poland. I had to watch a penalty shootout. I had to watch extra times. That was a skin of the teeth kind of trophy. Nations League, similar kind of thing. It wasn't quite the same. This Portugal side have never really dominated like they should. Kind of a bit like Belgium in many ways. Final one. Saving for the team that me and James think are going to take it all. Brazil against my dark horse team, actually, in Serbia, where I think a little bit of my history is in Serbia because of all the players that I like who come from Serbia. James, I'm going Brazil. Sorry, I'll set this up properly. Serbia are going to score twice against Brazil.
Wow.
But Brazil are going to score 3. 3-2 for me, Brazil-Serbia. I just think that this Serbian team will catch them off guard. Defensively pretty stout, but they're not going to be used to playing against these Samba, Brazilian-type guys in terms of their attacking style, playing together and all that stuff. So they're going to be undone there. And again, in an attacking sense, I just think there's some overpowering players for Serbia, and then obviously with the likes of the guys in the middle there as well to create for them as well. I can't see this Brazil side not letting up chances for Serbia. James, actually, scrolling across the whole thing, the game I'm most excited for in match day 1 is the last one. It is Brazil versus Serbia. Who have you got, Brazil, Serbia?
Great game. I think it's going to be very, very entertaining. But Jack, you know how I feel about this Brazil team. I feel like they played Serbia in the last one. It's a team that they played on a number of occasions. They know what they're like. I see Brazil making this 3-1 Brazil.
3-1 Brazil. Ladies and gentlemen at home, let us see your ones down there as well. Like I said, me and James, we're doing some bonus points for correct scores here. I think James has always been calling for it. I tend to agree with him. You know, calling the correct result is all well and good, but having the exact score is something else. So we're going to give a bonus point if anybody can get correct scores. James and I have gone through all of the games for match day 1. We'll release the match day 2 video probably midway through match day 1, because obviously the way it works is the end day of match day 1, the start of match day 2 is the day after. So obviously we want to give a little time for you guys to watch the video and get our thoughts on it beforehand. So we'll probably release that middle of the week into match day 1 here and keep tabs on it as we go through. I'm really excited. I'm a little down on England at the moment, but it doesn't stop me being excited for the tournament itself. James, anything else from you, mate?
Guys, we want to see your predictions. This is not easy. 16 games, and I think especially you not knowing how teams are going to play, it's quite hard to kind of predict this. So you comment down below, let us know your predictions. Please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. Jack, we forgot to do it at the start again, so we need to get on that. Yeah,
I messed up.
But guys, like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next prediction video.